Уважаеми господин председател, уважаема госпожо Аштън, от името на групата на социалистите и демократите в Европейския парламент ви приветствам в Комисията по външна политика и ви пожелавам успех днес. Европейският съюз има нужда от по-ефективна, по-активна политика в сферата на външните отношения и сигурността и с тази цел договорът от Лисабон въведе промени, една от които е създаването и на вашия пост. Вие ще имате тежката задача да докажете, че сливането на постовете на върховен представител по външната политика и сигурността и заместник-председател на Европейската комисия по външните отношения няма да бъде един на успешен експеримент, институционален експеримент, а важно завоевание. С тази стъпка Европейският парламент получи много по-големи възможности да влияе върху външната политика на Европейския съюз. В своите предварителни отговори вие заявихте, че през април ще представите проекта за организацията на Европейската служба за външна дейност, друго важно нововведение на договора от Лисабон. Позволете ми да ви запитам, готова ли сте да подкрепите настояването на Европейския парламент?
Mi dispiace, ma il tempo è scaduto. 2 minuti di replica alla signora Aштън.
Комисията по външна политика и Комисията по развитие.
Non ha formulato la domanda nei tempi previsti, mi scusi, io sono desolato ma devo rispettare le regole per tutti. Signor Aštън, se vuole commentare l'introduzione che ha fatto l'onorevole Vigenin, ha 2 minuti di tempo.
It's an additional challenge to try and guess the question. However, never let it be said. I think, Ms. Vigenin, you were heading in the direction of, I think, looking for the relationship with the Parliament again. And so let me quickly just say a few things about that. The first, as I've already indicated, is that the Parliament has an extraordinarily important role to play in the development of this role, my role, and the development of the External Action Service. I will be coming to the Parliament to share my views and ideas on the way to the Council decision. And I will be making sure that I'm available for the committee as much as I possibly can be, within, as I've said, the boundaries of the important but quite enormous job that I have. And I do want to make sure that this is a two-way street as well. So I hope the House will accept that I will also want to come and invite parliamentarians to give me their thoughts and ideas. Because as we work through how to make this effective on the ground, many have already asked me questions like, how will the services on the ground support parliamentarians who are an integral part of visiting the regions, of actually developing the policy and so on. And that's something we need to think about. And equally, how do we make sure that Parliament is able to talk with the appointed staff by letting them come forward when they've been in post to be able to talk about their areas of responsibility. So I'm looking for a framework that invites Parliament to play the full role that I would wish it to play and that it would expect to play. And I do so with the greatest respect, look for as many ideas as possible within the boundaries of what I'm able to achieve. I'm not sure that answers your question, but it's a try.
Onorevole Vigenin ha una prova d'appello di 1 minuto per fare la sua domanda, ne ha facoltà.
Yeah, sometimes it's difficult to speak in your own language, you know. So I try in English now. So the question was, you almost got the question, but it was very concrete. Would you agree that the high-ranking nominations in the External Action Service will have to come and have hearings in front of the Foreign Affairs and Development Committee, which is one of the issues that the European Parliament is very keen to do, because it's important to have really quality people in this service, and we would like to ensure on behalf of the European citizens that this is the case. And my second question, it's not, by the way, second question, Mr. Chair, it was the follow-up question that I was supposed to ask now, was about the agreements with third countries. Under the Lisbon, the Parliament has to approve these agreements, and we have the feeling that so far Parliament was not properly consulted on these issues regarding human rights, for example. I would give the example with the partnership agreement with Libya. Can you assure that the EP will be properly consulted from now on this?
Onorevole Vigenin, scusi, ma è fuori tempo massimo. 1 minuto all'alto rappresentante per la replica.
I will disappoint you on the first question because I'm not convinced that Senate-style hearings, as I describe it, are the right way forward before appointment. Not least because I think to single out one group of staff is very difficult. Having said that, I do accept that it's important that in the course of their work, those senior diplomats, as they will be, are able to come to the Parliament. So we need to have a further conversation about that. I remain unconvinced about the idea of hearings. In terms of agreements, well, I think the treaty positions the European Parliament in the right way, and therefore those issues of concern, particularly on human rights, which a number of members across the House have raised concerns about, should be addressed now through the way in which the treaty describes the relationship.
La parola all'onorevole Neitz per un minuto, una domanda.
Madam Ashton,